toward the end of December, Brian and I started watching a ton of YouTube videos featuring people who are hacking the whole Peloton concept by buying a cheap spin bike off of Amazon and using their iPad to use the Peloton app, which is a pretty exciting way to get around the very, very expensive bike buying. This is a pretty intriguing idea because we've been indoors for, 11 months and we've been living off of Uber Eats deliveries and shipped purchases. So we decided we should probably be getting some exercise. So we hopped on Amazon and we took the recommendation of a YouTuber and bought a bike. I guess the whole fat shaming commercial of last Christmas didn't scar the American public too much. Apparently Pelotons are more popular than ever and are taking about 16 years, give or take 15 and a half, to deliver. So when we found out that we could buy a comparable spin bike for less than $400 and it would only take 3 weeks to deliver, which seems like a long time with Amazon Prime, but comparably it was a good deal. So we hopped on it. Now I'm a person who, being heavy my whole life, has never been particularly into exercise. In fact, as a career fat kid, everyone knows that we all take a vow not to run unless chased. And I have a very, Chunk from Goonies perspective on the whole matter, but I don't truffle shuffle, don't ask me. So I was skeptical of how well the bike would even fit me. And so I was a little nervous during the 3 weeks it took to deliver. But when it got here, I was more than excited because it met and exceeded our expectations and has really been a godsend in our house. Even our kids are participating, so we think the investment and the 3-week wait was more than worth it. So today I'm going to show you how to customize the Cycle Ace spin bike from Amazon to your specifications and for bigger people. My husband is 6'1", he weighs in the high 200s, and he has been able to adjust both the seat and the seat height to meet his needs, and I am bordering on the high 200s and am 5'6", and it works for both of us, as well as our average size 12-year-old daughter, and she absolutely loves it. So this has been great and I cannot wait to show you the bike. Like it or not, activity matters for cardiovascular health, and getting 20 minutes a day of bike riding in has really changed my ability to do things, everyday tasks that were hard for me before. I'm able to pick up my 4-year-old, put her in the car without huffing and puffing. Having to chase after her is so much easier. Carrying in groceries, just walking up and down stairs, everyday tasks. It's amazing how much getting daily cardiovascular activity. I know it sounds ridiculous, but fat people are always trying to rationalize, how can I get away with not doing so much exercise? And I mean, it doesn't help that every article about exercise says you can't outrun what you eat. So, yeah. I'm doing some exercise and it's pretty amazing. The Cycle Ace bike on Amazon is currently $384.99 with a $20 off coupon. That's of the time of this filming, which is the beginning of March of 2021. And again, it took about 3 weeks for us to get it, but apparently shipping times are varying when there's less demand, and you can probably get it a little cheaper now that people aren't in New Year's resolution mode. This bike is super sturdy with a weight limit of 330 pounds. And honestly, when I was a little heavier than that, I would have felt comfortable on this bike. I don't think it's going to make a significant difference if you're, 340 or 350, but it has definitely worked out for me, being right on the border of 300 pounds. I don't buckle my feet in, although you can do that if you wish, or you can replace the pedals with the, shoe clippy kind with cycling shoes so you feel more secure. At my weight, I'm always worried that the bike would topple over. I could just see, a rescue 911 situation with me trapped under the Peloton bike, telling Alexa to call 911 or whatever. So, I actually turn the pedals over and just use the tops because I have really wide feet and really big tennis shoes, and I just don't trust the clip anythings. So I don't even use them, although my husband tells me I'm supposed to be pushing down and pulling up when I pedal. Am I doing it wrong? So I really like how the iPad sits in the tray. It's the perfect size for an iPad or your phone or a Kindle Fire or whatever. If you just want to put your Kindle on there and just like read while you cycle, if you can, or watch YouTube videos or whatever, you can do that. A lot of times I'll just turn on a 20-minute YouTube video and ride with it instead of the Peloton. But the Peloton app is fantastic. They have lots of other kinds of exercise, yoga and cardio, and even meditation, which I love. I really love there. And you can choose the amount of time, the type of music. Honestly, the only thing you can't do is search directly for a ride, but I'm told that there are websites that allow you to search, and then you can set your parameters to find the exact ride you want. And you also can't use the leaderboard inside the Peloton app. You can't adjust your tension to the exact specification of the instructor, so it would be impossible for you to be included. But you really can start to estimate your tension and how your tension compares to the number that they're using. But you can gauge your cadence. I'm going to link you to these accessories, but you can gauge your cadence by buying a cheap little Bluetooth cadence sensor. You just sort of clip it to the pedal where the pedal connects to the bike, and it will tell you how fast you're going, and then you can sync up with the class. It's really not difficult at all, and it links right up with your iPad. So I will link all of that. I have some affiliate links for the bike and for the cadence, the Bluetooth cadence sensor, and all of that stuff that I'm going to link in the description for you. But the stand on the bike is perfect. The iPad doesn't feel unstable. It stays right where it needs to be. It's perfect. The only real problem we've had with this bike for bigger people is the seat. When we first put the bike together, when someone would sit on, the seat would tip back a little bit, and we would tighten it down, and then it would tip back again. And we slowly figured out that it was because the sight width wasn't correct for people who are heavier. So we went to Walmart, we got a Schwinn larger bike seat, and there are some that are similar but not identical on Amazon. I'll also add some links in the description to a couple of those, and it was easy to replace. You really just, untighten it, take the old seat off, put the new seat on, tighten it down. It really took 5 minutes to replace the seat, and it was much sturdier, and also hurt our butts a lot less, because saddle soreness apparently is a thing. It happens a lot, and people usually get over it after a while, but I think when you have a wider bottom, it really helps to have a more stable platform. Getting low impact exercise in every day has made a huge difference in my mental well-being and my emotional well-being, and is starting to make a dent in my physical well-being. I highly recommend picking up the Peloton Hack and using it for yourself, because as to quote Ferris Bueller, it is so choice. If you have the means, I highly recommend picking one up. Yeah. So do it, okay? Get a Peloton Hack going in your house. It's so funny because my little boy has been more excited about this than anyone else, and he can't reach the seat even with it on the lowest height setting. So he just uses the pedals, and he'll do like a 15 or 20 minute ride just using the pedals and not even able to sit down. And my 12-year-old does the hardest, fastest ride she can find. And it's too bad one of the limited functions is the scenic ride. You can't do that. The regular Peloton allows you to do scenic rides just for fun, but honestly, you can just find bike rides on YouTube too and use those. But the Peloton app, I believe, is $12.99 a month, and it's worth every penny, especially because you also have access to, stretching and yoga and mindfulness and things like that. And the Peloton instructors are a lot of fun, so we highly recommend this. So next time I'm going to talk to you about the way I'm eating, this amazing decline in my blood sugar I'm seeing, and all of the magical ways that I'm finding to reverse type 2 diabetes and obesity for everyone. So stay tuned. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.